Hi, Agustin Vallecillos here. I'd like to tell you about the top 3 most frequent questions in investment banking interviews so that you can prepare the answers, impress the interviewer, and land the job. In my 7-year career as a vice president in a bulge bracket investment bank, I have seen many excellent candidates fail over and over, and I want to help you avoid it. One of the most frequent questions is, how do you calculate an options delta, or some other technical question. Naturally, you're more likely to find this question in a sales and trading interview than a corporate finance interview, for example. How would I answer this question? For example, an options delta can be calculated in 2 ways, either with the Black-Scholes model or numerically. By differentiating the formula analytically, you can get the sensitivity of the option price to the underlying asset, and that's your delta. Numerically, you can just bump the underlying up or down by a given amount. This method is technically called finite differences, and you can figure out how much the option price changes by. A second type of very frequent question is, why do you want to work for us, or some other motivational question. Every time you get this question, you should be jumping up and down out of happiness in your mind. I can guarantee you will get this 99% of your interviews, and it will be one of the most important questions overall. So prepare for it and make sure you have an outstanding answer. Don't just prepare an answer, make sure it is an outstanding one. It needs to be outstanding. Do you get it? I usually structure my answer in 3 bullet points, from the most to the least important. Make sure every bullet point has a statement and proof with example from your CV for that statement. One day I may put together a standalone piece on how to answer interview questions, but that's a different topic to itself. Finally, one of the top 3 most frequent interview questions for investment banking is something like, estimate the annual demand for car batteries in XYZ country. Now, this one may surprise you and seem completely impossible if you haven't come across this type of questions before. They are also very frequent in consulting interviews. The end figure you come up with doesn't really matter. No one, not even the interviewer, knows the answer for it. This is all about checking you're a logical thinker. On this one, think out loud. Don't just think out in your head. You are getting the question wrong if you're just trying to come up with a number in your head. So, I would answer something like, the population in XYZ country is about 100 million. If you really don't have a clue about that population number, assume it is X. And assume there is a car every 2 people, so that's 50 million cars. Let's say an average car needs to have the battery replaced every 5 years. So that's 20% of cars needing a new battery every year. So that's 10 million batteries demand. You could also add something about new cars, etc. If you found this insider information helpful, make sure to get my free report, 5 reasons why great candidates fail investment banking and other interviews. It's free and it contains 5 of the biggest causes for why great applicants fail to land their dream investment banking job over and over. Just go to www.bankinginterviewsuccess.com. See you there!